Tampa. Today, it's a Week 9 matchup set to go here between the
Philadelphia
Eagles and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So now here comes the Eagles offense as they get ready to take over. They'll be led out by their 6'5" quarterback out of North Dakota State. It's Carson Wentz.
This nigga wild.
As many throws or plays in college as many of the quarterbacks that were coming out in the draft, but he maximized what he had. Ended up winning 2 national championships as a starting quarterback at North Dakota State.
They come out here in the Now a handoff here to his running back. Only a couple there. It's going to be brought down about the 28. William Colston in on the
Where that on thermometer at, dude? Need that. That's why they smile in my face all the time when I take my place.
And they'll go ground game here with the tailback. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. Three and out, a real danger here on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 12. On 3rd down. And he's going to be out of bounds at the 39.
Wow, you telling me Carson Wentz is faster than Lavonte David? Get the heck out of here. Nope, not let me sack this nigga for nothing.
Now 1st and 10. And on the ground they go with the running back. And he is going to lose yardage here. Loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Well, on that play, the expression, don't blink, you might miss something, certainly applied. That was fast. Defense diagnosed the play, and it was over in a heartbeat.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. So that one will get him halfway to the 1st down marker. 7 yards makes it 3rd and 7 now.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd man to run that run.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wentz firing quickly here, and that's complete. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. So opening drive, 3rd down, they go with a slant. It works.
And I'm wondering when the league's going to figure it out because everyone throws it on 3rd down. You expect pressure, so you want the ball in the hands of the quarterback quickly. It's a 3-step route ordinarily, and you're throwing it when you see the receiver breaking towards you. So it's an inside route. Everyone likes it, and it's executed very well. We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Second down now after the incompletion.
What the heck is she doing?
Wentz will try again on 2nd down. And he's just going to get rid of this thing to no one here. He throws it away, and now it's 3rd.
Whether they deserve credit or not, the defense is going to take credit for that incompletion because it always feels good when you slow down an offense.
Now they're coming up on play number 8 of this opening drive, but they're looking at a 3rd and long. 39. 5 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Matt Darr to kick it away. And here's a very low line drive, almost whiffed on it. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. So here the Bucs backed up to start their initial drive. They're led out by a man raised in Alabama, went to Florida State. It's their quarterback, Jameis Winston.
No question at all about his talent, and that's been on display since his first game as a starter at Florida State. On a Monday night, the whole country watching, he only missed 2 passes in the entire game and led his team to a big victory and later a national championship as a freshman.
And he finds enough of an opening to get this one back up to his 20. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking. The guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice
Again, they run with Sims. And the window closes quickly. He'll only get up to the 22-yard line. It'll be a gain of 2 on the play, but they'll remain a few inches short here with 3rd down looming. And this defense looks for one more stop here on 3rd after the run. Now the first carry for Doug Martin. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches. When we sat with the coaching staff a couple of days ago, they said attacking that defensive look with a run, something they wanted to do, it was effective.
And they were extremely confident, weren't they? Their planning, their preparation, they knew what they were going to get in that defense, and they were able to attack it accordingly.
So they pick up the first down after the run, and now they approach for the fresh set. Play clock winding down. Winston out of throw on first down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. They'll get 17 yards there. And it's good enough for a Tampa Bay first.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. So 2nd and medium, 2nd and 5 now. Now a 2nd down throw for Winston. And Austin Seferian-Jenkins has it. And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. 23 yards on the play.
And that was a heck of a shot right there by Jameis Winston. He has a superior right arm, doesn't he? He saw him play baseball.
Yeah, he's actually a switch hitter in baseball. Outfielder, and then, of course, a very hard-throwing pitcher. That's translated well in the National Football League.
That it has. When he has to make that throw on a line, he's got plenty of arm to do it.
They go play action here on first down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's the only thing.
They do be cheap from the daggone Steelers, though,
He
man.
got rid of it before taking the hit, but
I ain't gonna lie, but I didn't even see the game, the end of it, so I don't know what
Second
happened.
down, Winston again. Left side complete, Seferian-Jenkins. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. Winston on 3rd and 2. That's complete. Middle of the field to Humphries. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. And they talked about how important the passing game was going to be against that defensive look. Good job there going to the air for the first down.
It's all about preparation. It's all about planning. And then it's about execution. So they put it all together in practice. Okay, this is what we think we're going to see. This is how they get to it. And then when the game comes, read it and attack it.
Now they run with Sims. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
They'll run it again with Sims. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrun.
And he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Charles Sims with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Bucs have taken a first quarter lead. And they're able to run it in. It started with the battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how we're going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And last time out, they had to punt the football away. Anything positive possibly to take from that?
There always is when you're punting the football away. It doesn't sound like it because you're giving it up, but you've avoided a mistake.
At least you didn't turn it over.
You didn't turn it over, right? You're giving your defense a chance because you're punting the ball away, and they're set to go on the field as opposed to sudden change after a turnover. Wow, now we got to go out there and stop people. So, yeah, there's always something positive to be gained from it.
So there you go, holding by the offense, and that'll push them back.
Changes everything now as you try and figure out what your playbook has for you. Longer yardage situations, tougher to execute and pick up first downs.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. It's a gain of 3, and it'll be 2nd down. Second down following the run. 1 quarter down. 7-0. Back live with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Eagles with the ball here to begin quarter number 2, but they face a 2nd and long to start things out. On play action, it's Wentz. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Quan Alexander in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
Let's go! On 3rd and long, it's Wentz surveying the field. And that's caught. Did he stay in bounds, though? He did not. Ruled incomplete. A 3rd down, he tried to stay in bounds, did all he could. He caught it, but was led a little bit too far.
Yeah, and that's always difficult, isn't it? Because you know half of your body is trying to stay behind while the other half is reaching out, trying to catch the football. The top half worked. It was the bottom half that was in question.
It's taken to the 26. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And the Buccaneer offense will be set up well as they take over. Now the Buccaneers offensive unit back out on the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Did they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would...
Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Fletcher Cox in there to get him, and that's sack number 12 for him on the year.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Second down, Winston. And complete over the middle, Safarian Jenkins. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. And the offense moving in the wrong direction here now as they face a 2nd and 12.
This nigga.
They'll run here with Sims. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
2 plays in a row, the defense won, stacking up the running game. They've got to feel good about themselves, but something has to be in the back of their minds. Are we being set up for something big? They've got to be careful.
Yeah, they've got an extra defensive back out there now on 3rd and 13. Third and long for Winston. Throwing left side, it's complete. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Their big body receiver. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Buccaneers here finding a way to stretch their lead. Great corner route there. Not only able to catch it, turn it upfield, and get into the end zone.
It usually involves a little bit of an extra move, doesn't it? You've got to get them thinking that you're moving to the middle of the field and you're breaking away to that corner. But that was well executed.
Aguayo on for the PAT.
Oh, you say that again. Fuck that nigga.
And it's good to make it 14-0.
Ugh.
The drive summary that time.
No hair don't pop like that.
With a touchdown for the Bucs. After the touchdown, Aguayo now ready for the kickoff. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. And now the Eagles offense back out onto the field. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a 1st down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, it told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see.
When you put together a formula for winning defense, it's exactly what we're seeing in this game. Controlling the line of scrimmage, attacking, and changing everything so that now they're playing in the offense's backfield. They're playing an excellent game.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And some space here. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. That one good for 12 yards. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
Look, the first down marker is out there, but sometimes it's hard to find for an offense when they're in a long yardage situation, which usually means throw the football. In this case, they went against the tendency and ran it. And boy, the reward was there. A big pickup. And guess what? It's now
doing that on 2K.
very short in order to try and pick up a first down.
No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. Here's Matt Darr now as he's on to punt for Philadelphia.
What?
He's been a busy man.
I didn't hear what he
First
said. What he
half as he
said?
gets it away. This is taken at the 15. A 7-yard return following a punt of 45 yards.
Nah, I
And the
don't
Bucs
play.
will get
I don't
ready to go
suck.
on offense.
I don't know where Kenny. I
Jameis Winston and company
don't
heading
know where
back
Kenny
onto the
got that
field
from.
now.
But
He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
nigga smoking all that dick over there, got his head going crazy.
Thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game
In Stafford, Virginia.
team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the second quarter. On the ground, the drive starts with Sims. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. Malcolm Jenkins up to make the stop.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Let my nigga
Yeah, you're
run.
right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. Sims. And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
So following the run, we'll see what they do here on 3rd
Huh?
down. Winston from the gun on 3rd down. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. They pick
Oh, you gotta post my link.
and they move to James.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
You know, the drag, that guy can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and they picked up a first down for them, too.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Jameis now on 1st down. And incomplete, he dropped it. Maybe a rookie mistake there. 2nd down. So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. 2nd down and 10. On 2nd down, Winston again. A dump off to Sims. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. Give him 3 on the play. And just like that, it's 3rd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football.
So hostile.
What position you play, but if you're on...
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So the offense
Pause.
takes the timeout, and they are back out and ready to rock. And the Eagles will go with an extra DB here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd.
Thinking pass all the way.
On 3rd down, Winston.
Oh my God, Jameis, what kind of throw is that,
His
dude?
tight end, Philip Supernall, the intended receiver.
Nigga's wide
That
open.
brings up 4th down. On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away.
Sorry ass nigga.
officially give him 15. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Buccaneers defense, we watch them get set to go. Their stay on the field last time was short-lived with a 3-and-out. See if they can get some more of that.
And ordinarily, you want to be on the field playing, right? But 3-and-outs, that's almost gold to a defense. Get to the bench, get some rest, turn the ball over to your offense.
We'll see what they can do here, see if they can force another 3-and-out. Finding a safety valve here, that's complete. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and it'll make it 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
2 minutes remain here in the 1st half. We'll come back to Tampa after this timeout. Back now. As I search for my cue card here, there we go. Coming up at halftime, Larry Ridley will join us from Orlando. He'll have highlights and analysis from our 1st half of play. Thank you. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. And now they're in the hurry-up. Throwing on first is Wentz. He's got time. Ertz has it left side. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. So they complete the pass, and now they face a 2nd down. Play action. Now Wentz. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory.
There's so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. Wentz now to throw. And his throw here is incomplete. Wentz again here on 2nd and 10. Finding time. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. Wentz now on 1st down. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. And welcome back, the offensive unit. They took the timeout. And now they get set to line up as we resume action. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. Now Wentz again. He's got time in the pocket. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete.
Illegal touching. Offense.
They got to get it to the 21 here on 3rd down. Now Wentz on 3rd down. Surveying the field. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down. So on now the field goal team for Philadelphia. It'll be a 47-yard attempt from the left hash. And this one is going to just tuck into the bottom left corner as he gets it to go. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. Well, at least they won't take a goose egg into intermission as they do carve out 3 points here in the waning moments of quarter number 2.
Yeah, it hasn't really been the greatest of first halves. They've looked out of sync, especially on the offensive side of the ball. But a field goal here at least gives them some momentum as we tick down toward halftime.
We focus our attention now on the Eagles' defense. They're hoping to do what they did last time, force another punt. Last time it resulted in a field goal. We'll see if they can get another stop here, though.
And the best defenses are in the business of preventing points and creating points. And that's exactly what these guys did on their last possession. Why? Because they got off the field on 3 and out, turned the ball over to their offense after the punt, and let them roll downfield and put the ball through the post for a field goal.
And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it's a second down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field.
And got his man complete. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So as they take it over, we step aside. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. This officially a 55-yard attempt. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters. And pump the brakes, Larry. Pump the brakes. We are ready for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken about the 12. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. Out come the Buccaneers. They'll have it first to start in the 3rd quarter. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spend the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. Now Sims. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
Well, Brandon, so much for halftime adjustments. They still can't get anything going on the ground. It may be time to loosen things up and start flinging it around a little bit.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Oh, he fakes a spike. And the pressure gets there, and Winston goes down. Vinny Curry in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that'll lead to a 4th down.
Now, that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack, and that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. Here comes the defensive unit for the Buccaneers as it gets set here. And they've got the lead. Last time they surrendered the field goal. We'll see what they do this go around.
And giving up 3 is never ideal because any defense wants to pick.
Oh, and he's not going to make it out of the end zone. The push too strong, and that'll be a safety. Well, I think you can go ahead and give your punter an assist on that one. Pinned him deep, and the defense comes through with 2 points.
You're exactly right, partner. This was all set up by a great punt. And if the ball goes in the end zone, this never happens. So great call. Give the punt team and the punter some love.
Remember, following the the safety, you give the football up
This
as
nigga
well.
Kenny been mad all
Free
day.
kick from the 20 now. It's fielded at the 34.
You gonna start playing that joint, you ain't gonna want to put it down.
And the Buccaneers getting ready to go as they take the field. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
They go play action here on first down. Deep drop. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
And when an offense is doing a nice job selling the play action pass, a lot of responsibility shifts to the linebackers. They're the ones that have to determine run or pass and get to the proper places on the field.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
This game bailing this man out.
Well, I think the easy thing now would be to just abandon the run and start throwing the football at all costs. But I've been in so many games where it doesn't work running the ball, and then something pops, and now you get something going. I'm not so sure that just abandon your game plan this early in the second half.
They come up in an offset eye. And they'll run it here. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. The numbers comparison last week, really good game here. I don't know, he's not hitting the hole as fast as he was a week ago.
Do you get the sense that maybe, his timing's off a little bit?
Yeah.
Because last week, I think you were talking about how quick he was to the hole and how fast he was through the hole. And that created some of those big runs because it allowed some of those second and third level blocks from his offensive line. In this game, I feel like the blocking's still there, but he's just not taking advantage of it.
On third down, Winston. A dump off to Sims. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26.
And I know you can't really see it, but that play spells frustration with a capital F for the guys on defense. They covered everyone else, end up going to the running back out of the backfield, and he picks up a back-breaking first down.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
After watching that play and result, I go back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator, Brandon, before the game and said, how are you going to move the ball running it against the #1 defense? He gave us no indication, didn't tip his hand at all, so we have to see how this unfolds as the game moves along.
Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line.
That's his second sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
And the O-line will have to do a better job protecting here on third down after that sack. Third and long for Winston. Incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down. Roberto Aguayo out now for the Buccaneer field goal try. This is a 49-yard attempt, right hash.
I know ultimately that feels like a good defensive play, but I know it's really not. They had a chance to kick points off the board. Now they have a chance to kick a field goal by missing that shot.
Yeah, especially at this spot in the field. He's got to be upset he couldn't come up with that INT. Well, it's still a good-sized lead, so they haven't necessarily needed him, but this is now 2 missed field goals for him in this game so far.
Yeah, and the question now is, will he be prepared when they do need him? Whether that's later in this game or sometime down the line, having a kicker you can count on is definitely imperative.
And they'll go on the ground. And it's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
They'll run the option left. And he's got room. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it, but it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
Jordan Matthews, the one he was looking for, and that'll bring up second down.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
Wentz will try again on second down. Complete on the right side to Green Beckham. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
And the box with an extra defender in the secondary now on third down. From the gun on third down, Wentz. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and that's going to bring up a fourth down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
And now a low liner. I think he mishit him. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. We put our attention now on the Eagles' defense. They're hoping to keep this margin right where it is, trailing third quarter. Don't want to get down anymore.
You're exactly right. They're in no position to give up any more points. They have to keep it in a spot where if their offense does catch a spark and get hot, they've got a chance to come back and win this game.
I guess the word manageable, you always want to keep it manageable, right?
Make sure that the game doesn't get away, and mentally you look up at the scoreboard and say, there's no chance of us coming back.
And the offense behind the chains here, a touch on 2nd and 11.
The defense won that play so fast that I think if the running back even had time to notice if anyone was there, it was just a blink of an eye, and there was a loss on the play.
To throw, Winston. Justin Hunter, the one he was searching for. And that'll make it third down.
Well, sometimes you just have to take things into your own hands, don't you? I mean, the offense is really struggling in this game. They're the ones keeping things going. They have to continue to play at that level.
Will the defense dial up the pressure? Let's see. 3rd and 11. Now Winston. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
So many components go into a well-executed screen pass. You've got to sell. Offensive line's got to sell like they've missed blocks, and then they move out, and they're out in front of the running back. He's got to sell that he's trying to block, and then he slips out into the route. The quarterback has to sell that maybe he's trying to throw it downfield. Instead, he slips it off to the running back, and when you get one set perfectly, you have to catch the ball. And that didn't happen on that play.
Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him. All right? So you got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive. Poor punter. Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
Face mask penalty, and Charles, you were a defender. You know sometimes in the heat of the moment, it's hard to keep your hands away from that face mask.
Sometimes you just get out of position as a defender when you're trying to make a tackle, so you end up flailing away, and your hand gets into the wrong spot.
And to give this This time to the tailback. And a pretty little juke move there on a nice gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
4 yards remaining now on 2nd down. Wentz to throw on 2nd down. Green Beckham has it over the middle. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there. If he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time, he actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does when a quarterback has to slide and find open space to throw.
And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
And he still doesn't have a catch. We're into the 2nd half. I think it's a little bit of a surprise to me, but that was one he should have caught.
Absolutely. That was his best opportunity right there. He dropped it. It's the Eagles behind on the scoreboard, but with the football here as we start the 4th quarter. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. On 3rd and long, it's Wentz finding time. And that is incomplete. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. So a good kick there, and they wrap up the drive by putting 3 on the board.
And you know, let's face it, you're not always going to come away with 6. Defense in the NFL are just too good. But you've got to come away with something. And there, they get 3.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And now the Buccaneers offense gets set to head back onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
Every now and then when we see a really good run, we really tend to focus on what other people did in order for that run to happen, what the offensive line did, what the receivers did to help. Sometimes the running back's pretty good, too. And on that play, he picked up a lot of good yardage and made it happen with great effort.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
That's another nice run, and I have to tell you, some of the coaches that I played for, their philosophies were always different when they see a guy running the ball well. Some of them wanted to immediately go to play action and throw it now because it's wide open. While other coaches said, you know something? Until they stop him, that big boy's going to keep getting the football. And that might be the direction that they're going to go right now.
They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. And in this situation with a lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
They'll try to throw now. Winston. His throw incomplete. So a little grabbing there, but this time it goes against the offense for holding. Now Jameis on second down. Caught. Safarian Jenkins, right side. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
Well, they get the completed pass, but still have more to go here on third down. Third and long for Winston. And he finds Safarian Jenkins. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
Second down, Winston. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It's a gain of 7, and all of a sudden here, it's third down. Still in search of the first down after that last completion. They'll run it. Here's Martin. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26.
On third down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
So the run moves the chains, and here we go on first down. Jameis now on first down. Wide open receiver complete. And they do get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. And as our graphic shows, sort of back to his old form. You requested a meeting with the tight end coach this week. What came from that?
Yeah, that's not normal because normally we usually talk to the offense coordinator, defense coordinator. It's pretty simple stuff, but you're talking about a former tight end now coaching who've been to Pro Bowls and understood what it takes to get things done and get them done better. He's had bad games and had to bounce back. So I just asked him, what kind of advice did you give him? What do you do with him? He just said, tell him to relax. He's one of the best in the game. Let's go play. And it's worked out pretty well in this one. A missed opportunity for an interception would have killed off the drive. He had a chance there to finish things off. Didn't get it done. I guess that's why a lot of those guys did not play offense.
Long drive. The defense just cannot seem to catch a break and get off the field. Now a second under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sack back around the 8. It's a sack for a loss of 4, and that brings up third down and goal.
And on second and goal, they decide to throw it again, and this result is even worse. They take a sack. On first down, it was simply an incomplete pass. Not a good first 2 plays, beginning with first and goal.
So an extra defensive back on the field. They need a stop here on third and goal. Third and goal, Winston. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Their dangerous wide receiver. His second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And the Bucs are going to add on to their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors. touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. The point after now for Aguayo. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. So that drive, 12 plays in length. And it's all finished off with a touchdown by Tampa Bay. After the touchdown, Aguayo now ready for the kickoff. This will be fielded at the 6. Oh, look at the juke. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Our eyes shift to the defense of the Buccaneers now. And even though that last drive yielded points, it was a long field goal, so they probably weren't too upset about it. Although here, obviously, they'd like to give up 0.
Of course, that's the goal each and every time out. But when they make that type of a field goal that long, you almost give a little nod of respect to the kicker, like, congratulations. But you do feel pretty good about not giving up anything big.
Yeah, and we'll see if they can not give up anything big on this drive. Back to the air on 2nd down. Wentz. He's got time in the pocket. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from arm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. They got pressure there and only rushing 3.
And there's a defensive coordinator right now who is celebrating not just getting home with 3 there, but realizing if that's the type of pressure he can get in the entire game, then his pass defense is going to be excellent. You drop in 8. Where are you going to go with the football?
Deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. This is taken at about the 14. Now a hit and a loose football. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. Was hoping to make a play there on the return with his speed. Instead, he makes a play for the other side.
Yeah, and how many times have we heard coaches say, you know, sometimes it's not really about those X's and O's we draw up. It's about those Jimmies and Joes. And when you have a punt returner, he's one of those Jimmies and Joes, one of the best athletes. He's unable to make the play that they were seeking them.
Throwing is Wentz. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. A gain of 6 there on 1st. Second down and 4. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Wentz to throw on 2nd down. Hurts over the middle. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. So not the same performance here that we saw a week ago. I mean, after the game, we were talking about it. He was hitting on all cylinders. That's just not the case here.
I know usually on the ride to the airport, we're talking about so many other things, but we were so locked into how well he had played. Sharp throwing the football, made the right decisions on when to run, when not to run.
And you notice his footwork.
Footwork was on point.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down. And the offense moving quickly to the line. Now Wentz on 3rd down. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, They've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate.
And now off to the races down the right side. He's at the 30. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Charles Sims, 88 yards. And the Buccaneers here finding a way to stretch their lead.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. I was just about to say he had missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good. After the touchdown, Aguayo now ready for the kickoff. This will be fielded at the 6. Get a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that, and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team, and we were losing late in a game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Throwing on first is Wentz. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Now Wentz throwing on 2nd down. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in the cloud with those football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
Now a play fake. Wentz. A strong running. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked up by Brian McDougal. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. This spot in the 4th quarter with that deficit had to throw the football. Unfortunately, there's the risk of big turnover.
And you know you're going to be throwing against nickel, dime, all sorts of exotic defenses, but you have to do it anyway. Ordinarily, you might want to run the football a little bit, try and get them out of it. But as you noted, this time of the game, this point on the clock, had to throw it.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Tackle made there by Jordan Hicks.
But it was stopped on that play. We've had plenty of carries all afternoon. Every now and then the defense is going to win one, but I don't think they'll shy away from handing it to them the rest of the game.
And Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're projected to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for the Buccaneers, they'll finish the first half of the schedule dead even at 4-4. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Chicago Bears. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, the loss will drop them to 6-2 now on the year. And they'll get a home date next week against the Minnesota Vikings. So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. And with that, I'm off to the airport. Charles will be on I-4 back to Windermere as we say so long from Tampa.
Have a nice trip. I'll be home before you even take off.
Lucky.